And what are we going to get? We get x equals 140. Good work, all right? So I'm going to give you guys a couple more examples to try on your own, but again, you set them up the same exact way like last time. I mean, the x is the one on the outside, and the a is still the angle. It looks a little different because it's not crossing in two places, but you can still use the same formula, all right? Let's do a couple more. So 18, go ahead, pause the video, and try this one out for yourself, right? All right. So the next one is 206, all right? 18 is 206, all right? Excuse me while I go take care of something. 18 was this one over here. The next one, 19 we got. I'm gonna ask you guys to pause the video. Make sure you draw your picture and label all the variables right. Hopefully you get it right. All right, pause it and go for it. And if you're back, the answer is 50. All right, you should have got 50. So that's the way it works. All right, let's move on to a new example. So now we got this situation where the two lines cross inside the circle. This one is just a little different. It might help you if you draw this picture somewhere on your paper to help you remember the formula, all right? Let me just help you see what they're representing, all right? X represents this arc right here that I'm highlighting in blue. That's X, all right? Y represents this arc on the other side that I'm highlighting on blue, all right? And A is this angle right there. So basically the formula is just A equals 1/2 of X plus Y. So now we have to label our picture again, right? The A is the one right here, that's A. X is the one on the left across from A, right? Notice that, right? If you don't want to feel confused about it, X is right across from A. And then Y is over here, 70. So I'm just going to plug in all my numbers, right? A is A in this case, because notice I don't have a number right there. All right, but on this side, I have my X is 158, and I have Y is 70, all right? So I add those up, and I'm going to get 158 plus 70 makes, is that 228? And then we have to get half of 228. What's half of 228? We get 114. And that's about it, all right? It's in degrees, by the way. All those are degrees. Sorry for leaving that out. So that's the way it works, okay? In this case, when we have to find A, notice I didn't have to double both sides here, right? Like I said, when you're finding A, all you're going to do is add the numbers and take half, in this case. Or in the other case, you had to subtract them and then take half, right? So when you have to find the X or the Y, that's going to be when you double both sides. So let's see if we can find an example of that. And if not, if there's not one on here, which I'm not sure there is. All right, let's do one more example of this before we move on, all right? So I'm going to draw the picture. This is what you guys should do when you're forgetting the way this works. Draw your picture. That was weird. All right. Draw the picture. That's A, that's X, and that's Y. And like we said, A equals 1/2 of X plus Y, all right? And it might be a little confusing, but I want you guys to try to remember, like we said last time, that these two lines are crossing inside the circle. And notice there's a cross right here for the plus, all right? So this is the only one that gets a plus, is where the lines actually cross, right? Where the lines cross, we get a cross, all right? That might be a good way to help you remember. So the question mark is A, 70 is X, and 68 is Y. So we're just going to label everything in here, substitute them in. X is 70, and Y is 68, all right? So I add those up, and I get 138. And what's half of 138? Well, 69, right? So there we go. All right, so I did 2 examples. Now it's time for you guys to do some work, all right? I'm going to hit pause for the next example, and you better give it a good shot. All right, so here's 27. Go ahead, pause the video, set everything up, see if you can figure it out. And there's the answer, all right? 103. Hopefully you got it right. Good luck, all right? Let's do a couple more. All right, 28. You got 28. Go ahead, pause it, and work on this one on your own. And hopefully the answer you got was 67, all right? If you're not getting these answers, just keep working through. Go watch the last example I did where I did all the steps, okay? But I don't want this video to be like an hour long and have people trying to, really hard to find stuff. So I just want to give you guys some opportunities to practice if you lost your worksheet or something, or if you're bored in another class or whatever. Maybe you're already done with your worksheet. All right, this one's 109. And I want you to notice that in all of these, we're trying to find this angle right here. So I kind of want to change this so that we could do a different situation. So let me just hit a button on my computer and switch one of these. All right, there we go. So you might have an example like this too. I just want to make sure you guys got this, okay? So that's our A, that's X, and that's Y. All right, and I really want to point out the fact that this is not the center of the circle, all right? That's just any lines crossing anywhere in the circle, all right? Doesn't have to be the center. That could be anywhere. And so we're labeling everything. 90 is A, that's X, and this is Y. So now notice we're trying to solve for one of the pieces on the outside. So we're going to have to do our step where we double both sides this time. So we're going to plug in A is 90. We're going to plug in 1/2 right here. X is 115, and Y is Y. That's what we're trying to find. So like I said, the easiest way to do this is to double both sides. I'm just going to give myself some room to work here so I don't take up too much space. All right, we're going to multiply both sides by 2. All right. So this side times 2, that side times 2. Well, 2 times 90 is 180, right? And these 2's cancel out over here, and we just get 115 plus Y. So now all we do is take 115 from both sides and we're done. So we get Y equals 65. All right? So that's the way it works out when you get the other way around and you got to find a number on the outside, all right? I'm going to try to give you one more of those for practice. And then this video is about to be wrapped up. I've got to say thank you to my, what period is this, 3rd period class for letting me actually get something done today. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate this. All right, so here we go. We're going to label everything again, right? Well, actually, you tell me. Why don't you try to label it? Try to see if you can remember the formula that we had up here and everything. All right, go ahead, pause the video. I'll try to work on this one. I know it's a little different. And hopefully you put the A right here. All right, you put X and Y. All right, hopefully you actually did the problem and you're not just sitting here watching the video like a vegetable. All right, please actually try to do it. So A is 100. X is 145, and Y, that's what we're trying to find. So we're going to put 100 here. All right. Notice I'm leaving this blank space in between the equal sign. That's where I'm going to put my 2. And I'm doing that on purpose because I know I'm going to have to do it there. So just go ahead and leave it like that, and your work will be a little less, take up less lines, So now we multiply both sides by 2, okay? And that's because I want to get rid of the 1/2. I got Y's locked up in these parentheses right now. I got to get rid of that 1/2, so that's why we're multiplying both sides by 2 every time, all right? So basically 2 times 100 is just 200. And over here again, the 2's cancel out. We did that on purpose. And over here we get 145 plus Y. So if I take 145 from both sides, we get Y equals 55, right? Cool. All right. So good luck. I hope you guys got those right. And the only situation that we got left is these inscribed angles that don't look inscribed for some reason. A lot of people kind of forgot. Like everybody was good when I taught this way, right? I taught you guys, hey, this is an inscribed angle. An inscribed angle is any angle where the vertex is on the circle. So we call this point the vertex, right? You can look at it a lot of ways. It's like the middle of the angle. It's like the point of the angle, all right? It's like pretty much like when we did our naming list, like A, B, C, right? The B has to be in the middle. That's the vertex, all right? And so if this is on the circle, then we call it an inscribed angle, all right? I'm going to write that word up here for you. All right? And there's a theorem about inscribed angles where we said that if this is 50, all right, then we said this arc over here is going to be double. So in that case, this arc would be 100, all right, 100 degrees. And so that theorem is not too complicated. When it's one step problem, you guys do it pretty perfect, all right? So the weird thing is that this angle that we're looking at on the side is also an inscribed angle. It just doesn't look like the classic example I show you, right? The vertex is right here. So all you got to do is remember the rule that we said before is that outside is double and inside is half. That's the easiest way I can make you remember it, right? So in this case, they're telling us that 100 is this whole arc outside, but since this angle, I'm going to try to color it in blue, it's inscribed, right? The center is right on the circle. So that means inside, this angle right here, this blue angle, must be half of 100. And half of 100 is just 50, all right? So on these inscribed angles, you just got to remember that rule. Inside is half, outside is double, and that's the easiest way to kind of keep that thing memorized, all right? So let's look at 34. Well, like we said, inside is half, but outside is double. So when the question mark's on this outside arc, and we're trying to get the measure here, I know all I got to do is 2 times 64, and that gives me 128, all right? So these problems aren't too stressful as long as you know what to look for, all right? We're looking for that point. If it's on the circle, then you know to do the outside half, inside double. Or I said that backwards, right? Inside is half, outside is double, all right? So we're going outside again. So I'm going to have to double 85. And double 2 times 85 gives me 170, all right? So these problems aren't too bad. I'm going to give you a couple examples to try on your own. All right, go ahead, pause it, and try on your own. Well, this problem was totally different, so I hope that you didn't take half of 290. Because the difference with this problem is that they told you this arc is 290, all right? But if I want to find the measure of this angle, right, I'm going to color this one in red. If I want to find the measure of that angle, then I would have to know about the arc that that angle is actually intercepting. I'm going to color the arc that it makes in green, actually, all right? And I hope you guys can see that the green and the blue make the whole circle, right? So if this is 290, the green must have to add up with 290 to make 360. The whole circle is 360, right? So that means that this arc, the green part is 70, right? But that's the outside number. The inside number, and this little angle right here, has to be, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see that, all right? Here we go. This angle right here, this whole thing right here, this arc is 70, right? But this angle is going to be half of 70. This angle right here is 35, all right? So I had a lot of people miss some of these problems on the benchmark exam because I think you either forgot the 360 rule or you forgot that that was inscribed and you just didn't think to take half. I bet if it was multiple choice, you would have got it because you would have just seen the choices. But this one made you think a little more, all right? All right, so go ahead, pause this one, work on yourself, see if you get it. Good luck. And we're back, and the answer should be 85, all right? Good luck. We're going to do a couple more, and this video is about to be over. All right, 38. Go ahead, try it on your own, guys. You can do this. All right, remember that rule. Outside is double, inside's half. All right, if you did this one right, you should have got 40. All right, let's do one more for the road. Good luck, y'all, with the, you know what? That's good enough. We're already done. I'm out of examples, all right? So thanks for watching. Hope you guys get your grades up. Sorry if you failed the benchmark the first time, but you guys could do it, all right? Just got to practice. See y'all later.